So guys, I'm not sure how I ended up with DeadLink, but I'm really glad I did. I also want to quickly address that yes, I am a controller boy, but there was something here that brought out that clumsy, childlike keyboard and mouse player in me that just wanted to experience this game because it was a really thrilling experience. I found this on a skill up video and he was pointing out a bunch of games that were listed in the Scheme Next Fest, and this was one of them, and I think it's really cool. It caught my attention right away. Really love the cell shading here, really love that purple kind of neon aesthetic that they have going on. It's really nice, it's really captivating, and just looks fucking exciting. So immediately I noticed the cell shading, and I did mention this already, but I just have to bring it up again. I really love when games do this. It looks really good, and it makes the game feel like a game. You know, I'm tired of all this like super serious stuff I always see. Not that it's bad to have realism in your games, but man, is it like a constant now? It's just expected. But you know, when a game just comes out and they know flat out, yes, I'm a game, play me. I love it. I love seeing that. And I really do appreciate art styles. And speaking of art styles, this game chose my favorite type of style, which is like the cyberpunk 80s neon style. And if you play like Blood Dragon, or you know, you played any kind of like 80s, you know, aesthetic game with neon everywhere, it looks like that, and it's really well done here. It's really visually gripping right from the go. So I was really impressed with that, to the point where I had to just stop and look around at objects like neon signs, arcade machines that filled up my screen and weren't just a visual clutter. Like, these things had stories. If you read the text, you'd understand, and you know, they all played their part in building this world and putting you right in the underbelly of this city. And I know it's inside a simulation, we'll get into that later, but I have to say, this city looks really cool. Like, I looked up at the city skyline, noticed the purple sky, and you know, I noticed how down below we were, and I think throughout the game you're gonna climb up, because it didn't feel like throughout each of the levels I experienced I was moving up. So that's something that's gonna be really cool. And yeah, you really do start really low, back alley, kind of out of the way, sex clubs everywhere. You know, it's really gritty, and it just felt really nice. Like, there was rust everywhere. A lot of these things just really played their role. There was graffiti, like everything had its purpose here, so I really enjoyed that level design. And it's not something I would have noticed right away. It's just like in between missions, you know, I'd stop and just look around and notice that the camera is following me. And you know, these little touches, these additions, it just made me excited for when this whole thing just releases, because man, like, they're really trying with this. They really are. And it's impressive. But guys, let's be honest, you know, the art style is not the only reason why I'm playing DeadLink. No. The reason why I'm playing DeadLink is this really hooking gameplay experience. Now, as I'm sure you've noticed, my aim is terrible, and that's because I don't play on keyboard and mouse. I am a controller person, so it's pathetically bad in this video, and I'm very sorry about that. It's because I prefer good old-fashioned controller, man. Like, I don't know. I've never really like learned the keyboard and mouse movement mechanics, or, you know, gunplay, to the point where I said to myself, I'm just gonna play keyboard and mouse. So yeah, I had to just actually sit and stick through this, kind of suffer in a sense. Sensitivity aside, the game had a really fast pace, and you know, they didn't really give you any room to heal, so I was just in panic mode the whole time. But I think that kind of lent to how good this felt, because it was the right kind of tense. You know, I was on the edge of my seat playing this game the entire time. Between missions, you know, I'd have that rest period, but as soon as you threw me back into the scenarios, or the gameplay, I would just feel the same intensity, the same level of, oh shit, I'm gonna die. And it was really fucking cool. Like, I didn't feel this way for a while with games. I think like the last game that really had me like this was Sifu, because you just don't heal, and you know, you have to get through these levels. And this game being a roguelite first-person shooter, it's really cool. I really like what they're doing here. You know, there's a bunch of moments where you are gonna die, and you just have to accept to learn that death is part of the whole process. Death needs to happen for you to get stronger in these games. And you know, that's something that I always take into mind, but I don't like to lose, so it was still kind of annoying. So yeah, I did try and avoid death for quite a while during my time with this game, but I did manage to die in the tutorial. And yeah, that was when like my motivation to play this was at its lowest, because I just started and you know, I wasn't comfortable with keyboard and mouse. I didn't really like feel comfortable. You know, I just wanted to experience the game because I thought it looked really cool. And yeah, immediately they won me over because they have like a really nice sense of humor here. Like I think they're like, the game has like a self-aware sense of humor where it's like, it's just a tutorial, keep going, and you know, you just get picked up and you continue shooting at the enemies. It actually made me laugh. It was a good source of motivation, but in reality came to serve more of a warning, as you know, this was just a tutorial, so I knew how difficult this game was going to be for me, and it kind of, I don't know, it was kind of exciting at the same time. It was a weird feeling. So speaking of dying, let's actually talk about the combat here, because I think that's easily the best part of this game. It's really fun, it's really exciting, it's really thrilling. They give you 2 weapons for this demo, and you know, it's like a shotgun and a rocket launcher, and man, these things, they shouldn't work, but I don't know how they just managed to like make this experience even more fun for me, especially the rocket launcher. You know, you can just shoot it. It has like this kind of like splash explosion effect. It's like AoE and it just hits everything around it. Really nice, really easy for me. You know, I'm not really good at aiming, so I was able to just shoot at the floor and do quite a bit of damage. But I also noticed that there's like this crit damage as well that you can get from doing headshots. So it's a matter of how you choose to play. And over my playthrough, you know, I didn't really use the movement. I didn't really like get really in tune with like how the game is meant to flow until a bit later on, and then I started surviving. But yeah, there's like a bunch of movement mechanics they give you. They give you this dash, you know, you can double jump, you have this grapple as well you can use to get around, and there's just orbs that like fly around and you can go ahead and punch them and get some more ammo. So there's a bunch of things that they give you to survive and just make your leveling experience easier so you can progress. And yeah, I didn't really use them too well. From the gameplay, I hope it looks kind of okay, and I hope what I'm doing kind of makes the game look good, because my god man, I don't know, I'm not really good at this shit. So you have like this glove ability where you can just like hack enemies, and it kind of like freezes them in place, and it's because you're inside a simulation that something like this works, I think. But you can like just kind of put like your hand out and stun them, and you know, you can do a lot to follow up after this. You chuck nades, you can hit them with an explosion, you can shotgun them, or you can just shoot at the floor like I did. And what makes this even better is that they give you perks, and these perks are called implants in this game, and basically these implants are slotted onto your abilities themselves. So you can basically take that like hack effect, and then, you know, once you use it, you maybe get like a health buff, or you know, you get like a defensive bonus, or you can get like a damage bonus. And it just really works because you're going to be constantly using and rotating through these abilities. There's perks where like on your weapon swap, you know, you can get like a shock damage bonus, and you know, you can shoot these enemies and it'll do shock damage to them, and then after using your grapple, you get like a damage increase. So imagine like you grapple towards an enemy, swapped weapon, and hit them, you do like an increased shock damage effect, and it's just really cool. They also do take up energy slots, and you know, they can become too costly, so you have to make a decision, and that will really affect the way your run goes. So when you do actually die, and you will, because trust me, this isn't easy, you'll notice these upgrade shops, and you'll actually spend your XP in them, and you'll be able to level up your character with bonus health and shield. And these can be found like at the end of stages where you can decide where you want to go, and this is one of those rewards. You can also find tokens, which are really rare and can be used to buy things like key cards. So I am assuming, I've not seen it, I've not done it, I'm assuming you can skip certain parts of levels in later stages, similar to how you do it in Sifu. And if that is true, then yeah, there's a lot of like replayability here, and you know, it's just make you keep coming back and leveling up, and that's really nice. Speaking on my playthrough itself, it was the sweatiest and most stress-inducing thing I've done all week, and I loved it. Every bit of damage made me feel terrified, but I kept going and slowly found myself becoming more accustomed to the keyboard and mouse. And over time, I wasn't really that good. Like I didn't just become comfortable to it, but I did manage to get like this god tier level run for me. It was crazy. So basically, I had always died at third stage, and I think that's kind of early. You know, I'm sure there's like more stages than that, but that's just how far I got. And I cleared it once. I finally cleared it with 1 HP. And the crazy thing about this is I thought this was the end of my run, but then I managed to do it again. And it's because I changed my playstyle. I actually like got really careful with how I played, started picking off the enemies one by one. I was like an assassin, you know. I'd go around with my grapple and just grapple onto an enemy, take them out and run away before they could kill me, and I thought it was really fun. Though by the next stage I did get cocky, and I finally got, but yeah, it was really cool. The enemies in this game are very stupid alone, but together they're actually the scariest thing because they use combined fire and that catch you almost instantly. I think I was standing for like 2 seconds where like I just didn't move, and I don't know why I didn't move. I was trying to shoot back. I don't know. I was trying to ego challenge these enemies. It was the start of my run and I just instantly realized that you're not meant to do that in this game. They killed me almost immediately and I was just disappointed. I was really disappointed. So I had to start again. I also noticed there was some drones, and you know, these drones fly around. They can be really pesky, so I often deal with those first and try and get them out the way before I go for like the ground level street thugs. And there was like this one robot boss. I don't know if it's a boss per se, but it was definitely a big robot and it took a lot to kill it, and I was playing it at like 1 HP. It's part of the god tier run, by the way. Playing 1 HP and I managed to take him out, grenades and my rocket launcher, and I thought I was really good. So there wasn't much story to go off here, but from what I understand what's going on, you're basically a agent of some kind and you're working for this company, and they put you in a simulation and you're doing like these missions inside the simulation. So it's a lot of like Matrix stuff going on. I thought it was really cool. They're really self-aware because it's like you're going inside a game within a game. So, you know, they're able to play with that a little bit, and there's a bit of humor in the dialogue, but there's not really much going on story-wise. So I just thought I'd keep this part brief. Let's move on. But yeah, nonetheless, this game has a lot of promise from what I've played so far in this demo. Really, really cool. I would love for everybody that comes across this and is slightly interested to go ahead and wishlist this on Steam. I'll leave a link in the description. You can wishlist this right now because it does do a lot to help developer get their game out there. You know, similar to how videos on YouTube getting liked per se can help it on the algorithm, Steam has its own thing. So going ahead there and wishlisting their game is really nice, and plus you'll be able to play it when it comes out, you know, and they'll kind of tell you when it's ready. So yeah, if you would also like to subscribe, that would be really nice. You know, I'm going to continue this quest to become a better keyboard and mouse player, but first and foremost, a better YouTube creator. And yeah, if you had a decent time with this video, check out my other videos and thoughts on, you know, the other games on this channel. It's really weird. It's a really weird channel, but I think you'll find something you like, and I'll see you guys next time.